That's really all I can say about it at this time, but he will not play on Sunday. Juwan Gary will be out on Sunday for a violation of team policies, so he will miss the game on Sunday. Ramel Lloyd will be out on Sunday. He's making very good progress. He's doing a lot of individual work right now, but he has not done a lot of team work, so we need to get him more practice, make it through full practice before he is cleared to be back on the court. Josiah Alec will miss Sunday. He tweaked his knee in the scrimmage against Utah last week. We did a scan, and it showed nothing serious, nothing structural. He's doing well in his individual work right now, but we're going to be very cautious with Josiah for the exhibition game and hopefully have him ready for the season opener on the 6th. And Blaze is still not ready. He is still not participating in team workouts. We hope to get him back on the floor to stress the ankle in the next couple days and see how he responds to it. But he is not ready yet for the for team workouts. So that's our injury situation right now, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
What do you do with your lineup Sunday, given the majority of your front court is going to be unavailable?
Yeah, I mean, right now we really have one true big that is available to play, and that is our freshman Matar. And Matar has shown some really good signs. I thought he did a very nice job in his first opportunity to play against another team in the scrimmage against Utah. Does some things that nobody else on our roster can do with his ability to protect the rim and his ability to catch a lob. He's a very forceful rim roller, puts heat on the rim, and I've been impressed with Matar. He still has a long ways to go. Matar is still very new to this game, but he is showing a lot of things and getting better every time he steps on the floor. So I'm really excited about Matar's future, and most likely we will start Matar on Sunday, but we're obviously going to have to play a lot of small lineups. Matar's not going to play 40 minutes out there. So we'll play smaller. I'm confident with the group. We've been playing Bryce at the trail spot at some 5. We've been playing CJ back there at Kale. Had a lot of experience with that on our foreign trip to Spain this summer. So there's going to be a lot of lineups that you probably won't see during the regular season once we get our guys back and get healthy.
These exhibitions, like the biggest thing for you guys is experimenting with lineups and figuring out what works and trying some different things. I mean, I'm sure it's kind of unfortunate that you don't get to do all the different combinations you were hoping to see before the season starts for real.
It is. It's a tough situation, but it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. So our guys have continued to come in every day and work. It's a team that I know what I'm getting from every day with their spirit, with their intensity, with the way that they work and how they do it together. So I've been very impressed with that, regardless of who's on the floor. So just need to go out there, do the best job we can. Doan was really impressive last night. They scored 102 points in their first exhibition game that they played last night. A lot of shooting around the floor and have some athletes in there as well. So it'll be a good test for us. And again, without a full healthy lineup out there, the good thing is we're going to get guys good experience to get out. We're going to play a lot of guys. I'm not going to overextend, our guys. Casey will play, but he's not going to play a ton of minutes out there. And we'll get other guys good opportunity, good experience. And then every time you step on the floor and play against somebody other than yourselves, you learn a lot about your team. First step was Utah, playing in the scrimmage. We learned a lot. We've had a scrimmage to correct a lot of things that we did not do well, and there's some things that we did very well that we need to continue to build on, that I was really happy with our team. So, just continue to go out and compete regardless of who's on the floor. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of different types of lineups out there. We may have lineups where our biggest guy is 6'4" on the floor.
What do you think you learned from the Utah scrimmage?
Yeah, I was really pleased with how we competed, and Utah's got a really good team. They shoot the ball very well, and they started 2 7-footers. So with Rink out for that game and Josiah in the second scrimmage went out about 7 minutes into it. So we got a little bit of a feel for what it was like to play a smaller lineup against some big players. And, one thing that I really liked was our physicality. I thought we battled on the glass, even though we gave up a lot of size. And we played hard. We shared the ball. We did a lot of things that I was really pleased with. And if we can share it like we did and take care of the ball, I think we're going to have a chance to have a good year.
How do you feel about the point guard spot going in? How has Jamarcus evolved at that spot?
Yeah, I've been really pleased with Jamarcus's overall pace. That's one thing we've really stressed to Jamarcus is get us into our set quickly and get the ball up the floor in the first 4 seconds of the shot clock. And he has done a great job of that. And, it's a shift in mentality for Jamarcus. He was more of the guy hunting shots last year. Now he's got to get guys involved. Jerron Coleman has done a nice job as well. And Kale has run the point for the second group as well when we've had Jerron with the first group out there in practice. So, just again, it's a team that's going to have multiple handlers. I know I talked about Bryce being a guy that can get us into our offense, especially when he's in that trail spot in our 5-out spread offense. Eli has shown the ability to get the ball up the floor. So, you'll see lineups on Sunday where whoever rebounds the ball will initiate the offense for us. And again, maybe we don't have the pure point this year, but we're going to have to handle that by committee. And once we get healthy with our bigs, I'm very confident that those guys can get us into our sets.
What were some of those things against Utah that you wanted to improve on, that you saw improve, or that you need to see?
Yeah, we had at times some careless turnovers. Overall, our number wasn't bad, but at times we got a little careless with it. We just can't have possessions where we're doing that. I would like to see us initiate contact a little bit better on the glass, even though we did a nice job when you look at the numbers. Especially given up the size that we did, but we still have to hit every time that ball goes up. Defensively, we had some breakdowns, which you always do in the preseason when you're facing other opponents. In that defensive transition, we can't give up easy baskets. You take away easy baskets, you take care of the ball, you take care of the glass, you're going to have a chance to win a lot of games. And those are 3 areas that we were pretty solid, but we can still be more consistent with it.
Mentioned Matar. I'm guessing Eli Rice is a guy that's going to play quite a bit on Sunday. I guess going into the season, where do they stand as far as, and I'm sure Matar kind of vaults up, but with Eli, where does he stand as far as being a part of that rotation? And I guess what does this opportunity Sunday mean for him?
Yeah, he's one of those guys you can just see him getting more comfortable every time, with every practice. And he still has a ways to go with consistency, like all freshmen do. Both Matar and Eli have plenty of room to grow, but you can ask any coach sitting up what I'm doing right now, and they're going to tell you the same thing about their freshmen. What Eli does give us, he is so talented, and he's a guy that can make shots. He can get by his man. He can go make a play at the rim, and we're just looking with all of the young guys being more consistent across the board, and he is going to get a great opportunity to get minutes on Sunday, take advantage anytime he gets the chance to play, and just continue to grow. But we have confidence in Eli. He showed that in the summer on the foreign trip when he led our team in scoring, and he just shows you things. He has flashes. He's very athletic, and he can really put the ball in the basket.
During media days, Josiah was talking about how he's kind of made it a point to rough Eli up a little bit and get him ready for the Big Ten. How have you seen that transition from kind of the loose defense, AAU style stuff to becoming a Big Ten player on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I don't think Josiah limits it to just beating on Eli. He's trying to do it to everybody on the floor. That's just how he's wired. And but yeah, Eli, we're challenging our older guys to help him along. It should not have to come from the coach every time a mistake is made. They need to pull him to the side, and that's what Josiah provides for this team with his leadership. Even when he hasn't been on the floor the last week, he still can have an impact on our team by talking to our younger guys. But I've been impressed with the leadership of this group as a whole. And we've got a lot of experience, we've got a lot of age on this team, and they need to continue to help the young guys along in the early part of their journey.
Obviously, not a game that counts in the standings. But what would you like to see out of this exhibition? You talk about the Utah scrimmage. What would be a good next step? Going into the season.
Yeah, we're going to keep it very, very basic, Wilson. I mean, we're going to run 1 or 2 things and just try to understand what we're trying to do as far as reading situations and how we're going to play out of it. I want to see us compete. I don't care who we're playing against. I want to see every time we step on that floor a highly competitive, spirited group that plays together, and I'm confident our team will do that all season. I want to see us play through adversity. If a team goes on a run, how are we going to handle that? And these are all great opportunities for that. One of the scrimmages against Utah, we got down double digits. We came all the way back and brought a lead. I didn't see any panic, and that has to continue on. Some of the wins we had late in the year where we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole, we stayed with it. We stayed with the game plan. We climbed out of it, and we won some games. So, just another great learning opportunity for our team, and we're going to have a week to prepare after this one for the opener.
Dylan's lineup is a little small-ish, I guess you would say. So, kind of, you guys don't have the size available on Sunday, but you like that matchup, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I'm really impressed. So Ian McKeithen is a very good friend of mine. I hired Ian as my intern when I was working in the front office with the Timberwolves, and Ian comes to a lot of our practices in the off season, and I think he's doing a terrific job. And I think he's built that roster with the offense, with the triangle offense that they're running with the right guys because of the way that they can shoot the ball. They compete, they play extremely hard, and I'm excited for Ian. I'm excited for Ian and his group, and I think they're going to have a good year.
Just to clarify with Juwan, is it just Sunday?
We'll stay at Sunday right now, and then we'll go from there, Robin.
Anything else for Coach?
Good. Okay. Thanks, guys.
We'll break down between players. other questions for Jamarcus and John?
Marcus, it's just an exhibition, but how excited are you to get things back going with the way that the momentum you built last season to kind of keep the ball rolling with what you started a year ago?
I'm very excited, just glad to be back. First scrimmage helped us. We watched some things, what we got to do. Watching film on these guys coming up, just overall just glad to be back. Excited.
Jerron, I guess first of all, do you prefer Jerron or Boogie?
Whichever one.
We talked to Coach Hoiberg a few weeks back. You mentioned when he talked to you on Zoom before you came, you made it really clear you wanted to be a point guard. You wanted to be a guy who ran the offense. Why was that important to you?
It's just my play style. I make plays for others, and just coming here, I knew that they had guys that could play, so it would be easier to just make plays and knowing that we could all mesh well.
Is that a shift in mentality going from Ball State where you were a guy who would average like 18 a game to your spot here?
Yeah, I would say more so at Ball State. I mean, we had guys on our team as well, but it was more my role to score more. Here I'll score, but also, play making and make sure the team is being ran well.
What's the challenge of that shift?
It's not a big challenge. It's more so learning my teammates, knowing how they like to play, where they like the ball, stuff like that. So, just getting used to playing with each other is the biggest thing. Only been here for like 2 months, so just getting more used to it with each other every day.
Marcus, you're kind of going through a similar transition. You've been off the ball the majority of your career. How's this offseason been for you, transitioning to being primarily a point guard, and I guess how much progress do you think you've made into kind of entrenching yourself in that role?
I think it's been a really good progress. I feel like with me, as being a scorer, most of my career, I feel like I can always play make. So it's just necessarily just me being aggressive. What times I could be aggressive. So, like what Boogie said, just playing together. That's all it really is.
Coach has talked a lot about the pace and tempo that he wants kind of to uptick compared to last season, especially down the stretch. How has that process gone? Are you playing with the pace that you would ideally want to, or is that still a work in progress?
As the most part, the pace is really great. Me and Coach was talking about it a lot. Just working on being like consistent with it every play. So, for the most part, though, it's been great.
Jerron, what do you like about this offense that Fred runs as you've gotten to know it a little bit the last couple months?
It's really free-flowing, positionless a little bit. Like I said, we got a lot of guys that can do a lot of things, so it's not more so like me and Jamarcus may bring it up on a inbounds, like out of timeout, but out of rebound, whoever gets the ball, we all running. Everybody can play together. That's why I feel like everybody just mesh. Everybody can score, everybody can play make. Everybody just gotta play hard and focus on the defensive end, but offense, I feel like we won't have a problem.
Jerron, just how do you like Lincoln so far, and are you excited to get in front of some fans on Sunday?
Lincoln's it's real nice here. Going to the football game, seeing the atmosphere, it's a real prideful community, and I am excited to see what our fan base would do, and I hear about it since I've been here, but it's different stepping on the court, so I am excited to see it.
Marcus, how useful was that scrimmage against Utah, and kind of what did you see from guys in that one?
Mostly what I've seen is, I know that I'm not going to shoot the ball, touch the ball every play, so it's just necessarily just me being always shot ready. And I think that was like the biggest part of that scrimmage. Me and Coach talked about it, watched it over, just staying ready at all times. So that was my biggest takeaway from that.
This one's for both of you guys. I know you obviously have proven to be scorers at this level, but Coach has talked about the balance of facilitating and running the offense, but also staying aggressive and looking for your own shot. How has that process gone for each of you to be aggressive and still think of yourself as a scorer while also making the offense happen as a kind of quarterback?
I think so. It more, we did the captains, the coaches on the court, you know, so I feel like we know possessions where we need a good shot or a good possession, you know, and then other times where we see an advantage. So it's more so I feel like it's a feel, you know, you may come down the court and know you could score on this man or at least get by him to a college rotation. So it's just, you know, whenever it comes and whenever it doesn't. But when it comes to being a point guard, it's just you got to be team first instead of you.
Kind of like last part he said, team first more than like kind of you. Kind of starting to get into that mentality. You know, just really getting these guys more shots is what I want to do. So.
You were in the transfer portal for like a decent amount of time. I guess what was that like, kind of being in limbo, and what was the process that kind of ended with you coming to Nebraska?
Yeah, so I entered the portal late because I graduated in the summer, and I knew going in I wasn't going to be in there long because, you know, school was obviously starting in a couple weeks, and I wanted to, you know, find a new home quick so I can get used to the coaches and get with my teammates and stuff like that. But, you know, honestly, I had no idea I was going to be coming to Nebraska. But after, you know, listening to the coaches and just learning who they are, Kurt, our weight coach, I knew that Nebraska was the place for me. You know, everything that I needed, it had here. And, you know, I feel like this was going to be the place where I could have the best year, and also the team would have the best year, you know. So I feel like it was the perfect place for me.
Being in your, you know, you've played a lot of college basketball. With that experience, what do you think you can bring to this team?
You know, just bring, you know, everything I know. I've been in a lot of situations, you know, help the young guys out, even the older guys. But at the same time, our team is experienced, so a lot of people help me, like Rink. Rink is a real smart player. I mean, everybody is, you know, from top to bottom. You know, I feel like everybody just helps each other out, and it'll help us out at the end of the day.
How does Josiah get after it? I know he's a little banged up now, but what have you seen about him? Just physicality and the way he goes after guys.
Man, just somebody on our team. That's just somebody on any team. You know, he just gets after. I mean, kind of got after it too much. That's kind of why he got banged up. But you know, can't ask for more. So it's good.
I know a month or so ago when you were at the stadium, Jamarcus, doing interviews, you talked about defense and how you wanted to be a top guy on that end of the floor. Did you always have that mindset, or is that something that's evolved in you?
I'll say I know what I was able to do last year. You know, that wasn't really my mindset. You know, just looking back at last year, I know what I can do more. So that's kind of the mentality now. So.
Marcus, you just went through the transition of going from high school to playing right away in the Big Ten as a true freshman. Eli Rice might have that opportunity this year. Matar is probably going to have that opportunity this year. What advice maybe do you give them about what it takes to be not just play at the Big Ten level, but be productive?
Just kind of staying on your business every day. That's so far as just off court, and just being patient. You know, something that I struggled with last year. So if Eli could just take, you know, him being patient, he'll be good for sure.
Yes, players?
One last one. I know Aaron Eulis' situation is kind of up in the air right now, but what has he done for you as far as preparing you in practice? I mean, given that he has 27 starts as a Big Ten point guard, how much of an asset has he been for you, just kind of getting you ready for this coming season?
I mean, he's a great point guard. You know, just me. He prepares me by me guarding him in practice. You know, like I said, he's a great point guard. So just me guarding him every day is helping me. So.
Anything else? Perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for your patience.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, fellas. We'll see you on Sunday.
See you.